Hello dear friends, welcome to this video. In this video, my aim is to prove this Cayley-Hamilton theorem, which is stated as every square matrix satisfies its own characteristic polynomial. Okay, so this statement can be done in many different ways, can be stated in many different ways. This is the most simple, interesting and good looking way to state this Cayley-Hamilton theorem. So I wrote this. So I want to prove this, but before starting with the proof or explaining you the statement, let me just give you one result which I want to use. Definitely you guys know this result. While you guys were learning how to find out the inverse of the matrix by adjoint method, you learn that your A inverse is nothing but 1 divided by determinant of A times that over here you used to write adjoint of A, right? Adjoint matrix of A, but adjoint matrix is nothing but transpose of the cofactor matrix, right? Okay, so after this I want to simplify this and make one good result which we are going to use. Okay, so I think this is nothing but a number, this is a matrix, this is a matrix, but this is just nothing but a scalar, right? I take the scalar onto this side, I get my determinant of A inverse is equal to adjoint of A. Okay, so what I do, I just multiply both the side by A. What I get is my determinant of A into A inverse. Over here it is a matrix, this is nothing but a scalar, is equal to A times adjoint of A. Okay, so what is this? This is determinant of A, this is nothing but identity, right? Identity matrix is equal to A times adjoint of A. So I'm going to use this result. Okay, so this result we are going to use without proof, because I'm not going to prove that how it came, because it required some other kind of knowledge also. But for now I'm going to use this result. Okay, so now let's come to the main part, that is a statement. Cayley-Hamilton theorem state that every square matrix satisfies its own characteristic polynomial. Means what? We know that for every square matrix we can find out the characteristic polynomial, that is nothing but determinant of A minus lambda I. That will be some polynomial, right? So in that polynomial, if I write on the place of lambda, if I write A, then my answer will be equal to 0. Okay, I know this is one bouncer for all of you, but let us see the statement. Slowly you will get understood, right? Okay, let's see the proof of it. So I will start to put proof that every square matrix. So I consider what? Let A be any n cross n matrix. It could be over anything, it could be over R, it could be over C, I'm not worried about, but it is any n cross n matrix. Then my characteristic polynomial of A with the variable lambda, what it will be? I don't know, because it is a matrix n cross n matrix, but I definitely know, since it is an n cross n matrix, this characteristic polynomial will be a polynomial of degree n. So what I write, and my n, I will write n. I should not write then because it does not imply me. Okay, so I'll write n over here, and my characteristic polynomial of A is nothing but, I'll write something, I don't know what it is exactly, but I definitely know it will be some polynomial of degree n. So I write it like this: a(n minus 1 lambda raised to n minus 1 plus dot 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 a1 lambda plus a naught, right? So these are nothing but my assumptions. A is an n cross n matrix, this is the characteristic polynomial. What is my claim? This is interesting. What is my claim? If you understand this, you understand the statement. My claim is every square matrix satisfies its own characteristic polynomial. That means my PA of A satisfies, means what? It must be equal to 0. That is, I want to prove that my an a raised to n plus dot 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 plus a1a plus a naught I, over here it must be in the matrix form, is equal to 0, where this 0 represent matrix, hence I write like this. Okay, over here this I is an n cross n matrix. So I want to prove this. Okay, so now I will start the proof, actual proof. We know that my A into adjoint of A is nothing but what? Just now we wrote, right? It is nothing but determinant of A times identity, right? It is n cross n, hence I will write n. Okay. So therefore on the place of a, I am writing it like a minus lambda I. Okay, I am replacing a by a minus lambda I. What I get is a minus lambda I into adjoint of a minus lambda I, correct, is equal to determinant of a minus lambda I into the identity matrix. Okay, so why I am interested, okay, sorry, so okay, it's fine. Okay, so why I am interested in this? Because I know my determinant of a minus lambda is nothing but my characteristic polynomial and I want to work on characteristic polynomial, hence I'm writing this. Okay, after that, what I know this is nothing but a polynomial of degree n, right? This is nothing but a polynomial of degree n in terms of lambda, which is nothing but this we just now wrote. Okay, over here you see this is nothing but a polynomial of degree 1, correct? In terms of lambda, this is nothing but of polynomial of degree 1, this is of n. What should be the degree of this? Correct, it must be n minus 1. Then only after making a product I will get something which is of degree n. Okay, so I'll just write this. Since my degree of p a of lambda, that is nothing but degree of p of lambda is equal to degree of determinant of a minus lambda I is equal to n, and my degree of a minus lambda I is equal to 1. In terms of lambda I am telling her, in terms of lambda, what is a degree? So degree is 1. Therefore my degree of adjoint of a minus lambda I must be equal to n minus 1. So I don't know how does it look, but I know that it must be of degree n minus 1. Okay, so I want to write similar way as we wrote for the characteristic polynomial in a similar way. Okay, so let me just zoom it up. Okay, like this. Okay, let's just go like this. Okay, so now what we will do is I will again do the same thing. Let my adjoint of a minus lambda I, it is nothing but polynomial of degree n minus 1, so I will write it by b n minus 1 lambda raised to n minus 1. Okay, then I will write it to be plus b raised to b n minus 2 lambda raised to n minus 2 plus dot 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 plus what I will write last one is b naught, and everything is multiplied by I. Okay, matrix. Okay, so this is nothing but my adjoint. I also know my characteristic polynomial how it looks, so let me just write that statement. So I had a minus lambda I into adjoint of this, that is nothing but b n minus 1 lambda raised to n minus 1 plus b n minus 2 lambda raised to n minus 2 plus dot 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 plus b naught I, that is same as what? That is same as my characteristic polynomial into y. So what is characteristic polynomial? We have considered it to be a n lambda raised to n plus dot 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 plus a naught and everything into y. So what I will do is I will just expand this, means I will just open this bracket, nothing else. So my first term is b n minus 1 lambda raised to n minus 1 times a plus b n minus 2 lambda raised to n minus 2 times a plus dot 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 plus b1 lambda times a plus b naught a. Okay, now I'll just distribute this inside over here, so it becomes what? It becomes b n minus 1 lambda raised to n minus b n minus 2 lambda raised to n minus 1, right? Everything is multiplied by I write I. Okay, I minus dot 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 minus b1, it will be get multiplied by lambda, so it becomes lambda square times I, and the last will be minus b naught lambda I. Okay, and that is same as what? That is same as my a n lambda raised to n plus dot 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 plus a naught times I. So I got this is nothing but my star, right? This equation is really interesting. So what I'll do in star, put my lambda is equal to matrix A. Lambda is some variable, right? So I just put it as A, the matrix A. So let's see what happened. So my first term becomes my b n minus 1. So this lambda is replaced by a, so it is a raised to n minus 1 times a. So it is a raised to n plus b n minus 2. It is a raised to n minus 2 times a, so it is a raised to n minus 1 plus dot 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 plus b1 a square plus b naught a. Okay, after that I have minus b n minus 1. This lambda will replace by a raised to n, and a raised to n into identity is same as a raised to n. I will write a raised to n minus b n minus 2 a raised to n minus 1 minus dot 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 minus b1 a square minus b naught a, and that is same as what? That is same as my a n a raised to n plus dot 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 plus a naught identity. If you see the left hand side, that is nothing but equal to 0, because this will cancel this, this will cancel this, this will cancel this, this will cancel this. So my left hand side is 0. Let's observe the right hand side. This is nothing but my characteristic polynomial of a, where the a is lambda is replaced by a. Correct? So this implies, this is nothing but what we wanted, right? This implies every square matrix satisfy its own characteristic polynomial. Okay, so this is nothing but the proof of Cayley-Hamilton theorem.